back, YouTube. You're here again with FatGuyBuilds. I'm here again with my Mustang, and we're going to replace the motor mounts this time. So these motor mounts are from Granatelli Motorsports, and I'm going to go through this all step by step and explain everything to you. First thing you need to know, off the bat, these are 65A durometer, which is the stiffness of the rubber. These are the softest aftermarket motor mounts that you can get. I went with these because I don't want to have my whole car shaking and crap. The Steedas, the BMRs, they're all in the 90s. So, if you're going to daily your car, I highly suggest these. Alright, I'm here at the shop now. This is what you get in the kit. You get your two motor mounts and all the hardware you need to do the install. First thing you're going to want to do, just to make your life a little easier, 16mm socket and a long extension. Then you're just going to break these loose. These are the top bolts that hold the engine to the motor mount. They're just nuts. So just break them loose, don't take them off. Now we're only going to do one motor mount at a time. So don't go crazy and try to do both at the same time, because it's just going to make your life harder. I'm going to remove that top nut. Next step, take a 13mm ratcheting wrench or ratchet, and you're going to remove the two bolts on each side of the motor mount. So another option, depending on your tools, you can come from the top and you can get to the two ones on the side. So you just loosen the one in the middle, don't take it off, and then the two on the sides are 13s, and then you just need like a big ass 2-foot extension. And then you can get to those, or you can do what I did the first time with a ratcheting wrench, and you can do that way. It's up to you. Once those bolts are out, jack up the engine right here at the tranny, the bell housing. Then pull out the motor mount. You're just going to pull it out sideways and it should come right out. Here's the difference between the mounts. This is just some kind of cover. It's a 1/2 inch shorter, which if you're going to run a Cobra Jet intake, you're going to need this. Grab the long bolt. You're going to slide it in to where it locks in the bottom plate. Then you're going to take this and you're going to install it like this. What you're going to want to do is just start the top nut to hold it to the bracket, and then start these two outer ones that you just pulled out right here. Don't forget to put a dab of Loctite. I don't know which Loctite I have. I think I have blue. So this actually had blue too. So use a blue Loctite and put a dab, and then tighten the bottom ones first. But I'm going to go through those steps right now. If you want to save yourself some aggravation, put some tape on that. So now when you place it in, the bolt stays up. When you put these on, you're going to put the washer first, and then you're going to put the flat side of this nut down. The top side's beveled because it's a locking nut. Lower it to where the bracket almost touches the mount. Push up the bolt, and then start the washer and the nut on top. Use a wire wheel to clean off the threads. Put on a drop or two of blue Loctite and then install them. Once you have those two bolts tight, lower the engine all the way down, and now we're going to go up top and tighten down that top nut, and we will be done with one side. Use a torque wrench, and I torqued them down, all three of them, to 50 foot-pounds. Seems to work just fine. There are no torque requirements in the directions, so I was just using my best judgment. You just backed up, now I'm out of focus.
No, you're not.
Stupid.
You.
Alright guys, thanks for watching. This has got to be probably the second best mod I've ever done to this thing. The first mod would have been the IRS bushing inserts and the rear diff bushing inserts. I count those together because If you're going to do them all that at once. But these motor mounts changed how this whole car drives. And these motor mounts don't really give you any extra vibrations at all. The only time I ever notice is on a cold start where it's at like 1400, 1300 RPM, something like that. There's just a slight vibration at my toes. So, unlike all the comments I see on American Muscle and CJ Pony Parts about the Steeda and the BMR ones, they're just like, oh, too much vibration, too much NVH. So, get these. They're 65 durometer. The other ones are all 90. They're way too hard. Unless it's just a drag car for you, then do whatever you want. But totally worth the money, especially if you're going to run that new Cobra Jet intake manifold. You have to lower it to even fit it under the hood, and this will lower it that ½ inch you need. So, till next time, wrench on.